When I decided to create this application, I had no idea I was gonna give it away for free. Why? Because it has so much value on it that, I don't know, I thought this probably can be the application that can pretty much substitute everything that you've learned, at least when it comes to strategies. However, I decided that if I was using it, everybody else could use it as well. So in this specific video, I want to talk to you about the application, the one that makes over $1,000 a day trading Forex, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how you can get it for free. But yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so the first thing that I want to mention today is what's this application. And this application is actually this one that you see right here. This one's called BLW US 30 Indicator. The BLW US 30 Indicator is an application that I basically created in order to help traders all over the world in order to make profits, but just simply following the analysis of the algorithm that I personally created. So how does it work? Well, what it is? Well, it basically analyzes US 30 and also analyzes NASDAQ. Okay, so basically the way it works is that as you can see, it's not always 100%. This is actually a loss that we had. But then if we go backwards, take a look at this signal that was able to actually have yesterday. Take a look at this big sell that happened there. And then if we continue to go back, we're gonna find more signals. I don't even know where the next signal is. There you go. Okay, we have another loss right here. Then take a look at this couple wins that we had. Big one right here and small one right there. If you actually take this application and put it into your broker's account, basically what you're gonna have is an actual signal provider. Personal and 24 hours a day. Well, not 24 hours a day because basically it just works at new market opens, but technically you're gonna have a signal provider that works just for you, okay? As simple as that. Now, this application is actually being sold, because you can still buy it, for around $300, pretty much. This is where you can get it, okay? And like I said, you could buy it. I'm gonna put the link if you want to right there in the description if you wanna buy it. However, I do wanna give it away 100% free. I mean, that's the point of this video. Now, how can you get it 100% free? Look, I'm gonna put the steps in the first link in the comment right here or in the description as well, to a landing page where I explain everything. It's a link to my website, blwonlinetrading.com, but it's a direct link because otherwise you won't be able to find it. Like if you don't go through the link, you won't be able to find that. And basically that link is going to explain you the steps that you need to take in order for you to actually get this application 100% free. But pretty much so that you get an idea, you can go ahead and sign up with a broker that I personally use and that is available worldwide and that you can use with this application. That broker is actually this one right here. It's called Liquid Charts. Liquid Brokers actually is what it's called. But pretty much I'm gonna have the link to the broker itself below in the description of this video as well. This is the broker that I used. If you remember, there was a challenge that I had where I put $500 in my account and I took it to $27,000, then withdrew money, went to Miami to have a vacation trip. Well, this is the exact broker, okay? And this is the broker that I always use for challenges and stuff like that because it's got like the speed that I need, it's got the movements, payouts and the spreads. It allows you to trade with even $100 with US 30 and NASDAQ, which is exactly what this application is for. And so yeah, this is the broker that you will need to open your account with. Once you open your account with this broker, then follow the steps on the link that I sent to you and you will be able to get this application 100% free. Is this gonna be lifetime? Yes, it's gonna be a lifetime membership for this application. So keep that in mind because it's not gonna be just for a few weeks or anything like that. It's gonna be 100% off the time. I do have a second option for you to get this application 100% free. How does it work? Well, if you don't want to trade with the real money, if you're more like a funded trader or something, then there's an option for you to get this application 100% free with a prop firm. The prop firm that I personally use as well, okay? This prop firm is this one right here called Ola Prime. Ola Prime is the prop firm that I've been using, for like a year and a half, maybe. I think it's almost like 2 years already. And pretty much the coolest thing in regards to this specific prop firm. First of all, you can get a 25% off if you use the promo code BLW25. BLW25, and you'll get a, what's it called? A 25% off. That's number one. Number two is got the lowest prices in the market. Okay, so if you notice, they have different types of accounts, but the one I recommend you is the Prime, so that you can actually trade during news, because New York market opens most of the times have news. So go ahead and get those. And then if you get a two-step Prime right here, as you can see, you can even start for as low as $2,000, and it's only $9. Now, if you want to get this indicator, that's not the account that you're supposed to have. I'm going to give you this indicator 100% free for a lifetime if you get at least a $25,000 account. $25,000 account. At the time I'm recording this video, it has a 40% off. There's gonna be a link to Prime below in the description of this video. You gotta use that link, like, for sure. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to track that you actually bought the account. And if you use the promo code BLW25, you're gonna get 25% off. Obviously, if there's a better discount at the time that you actually decide to register, go ahead and get it, of course. I mean, you're gonna save some money. Right now, for instance, it's at 40% off. But my biggest recommendation is that at the time that you get it, if you see a 10%, 20%, even 15%, then use my promo code BLW25 and you'll get a 25% off. Now, this is the minimum account that you're supposed to get. If you, doesn't have to be a two-step. I mean, you can get a one-step account or even a direct account if you want to for 25 grand. If it's an actual direct account, I might allow 10%, 10,000, but the standard would be this one, $25,000 for like around $100, something like that, and you'll be good to go. The platform, it's either up to you. The platform that uses the same one as Liquid Markets, you know, the one that I mentioned before in the broker, is DX Trade. But the easiest one I would say is Trade Locker. Okay, so it's either like up to you. What is it that you want to do? But as long as you actually purchase any funded account from $25,000 and above, I will give you the indicator 100% free as well. Okay, what's good and what I really do like in regards to, well, there's two features I want to mention today in regards to All Prime, in case you're hesitating whether it's a good company, yes or no. It's pretty hot in here, so let me just turn on the AC. Number one is that they have a 0 denials on withdrawal. 0 payout denial. What does this mean? Is that they have a record of not denying payouts. In my personal experience, because I want to talk about my personal experience, I haven't had any issues with the withdrawals. And I've mentioned this before, they do have 1 hour withdrawal, and I've tested it and it worked. I'm not gonna talk about this all over again, but I've tested it and it does take 1 hour, sometimes even less. But the 0 denial payout basically means that you're not gonna face those issues where you request a payout and stuff and you don't get the money out. I have worked with different, have used like different prop firms. We're gonna cover that in just a little bit, but this is one of the features that I love. And the second feature that I really, really like is the transparency report, which again, I've used other companies and this has been a crazy issue. Number one, why the transparency report is actually good. I think it's somewhere here. It's gotta be somewhere. I'm not sure. There you go. Payout transparency report. And these are the payouts that have been going on. You could actually like pretty much track whatever is it that they are given like as their payouts, but they also have a transparency report when it comes to charts. This basically means that if like you want to go and check what was the movement of the markets and the actual like market itself, and then you can compare it with the charts on All Prime. Why is this important? Look, there are so many manipulations for you to actually lose a funded account with all of the companies that it's necessary for you to have a proof that the market did move the way you saw it moved. One of my experiences was with FTMO. So now, what's my FTMO experience? For those of you who don't know, like I made a video about it a while ago, but pretty much what happened was that when I tried to like passed a funded challenge with FTMO. It was a $200,000 account. Basically, I placed a position in New York market opens, as you already know my strategy and so on. And the trade went straight to the take profit. It was even a 7-to-1. It wasn't a 5-to-1 like I usually do. No, it's a 7-to-1. It was a great trade. There were news at that specific moment. And so let's just imagine that the stop loss was right here. The take profit was somewhere here. And the trade never went below. Like it went straight to the take profit. Then when I went back into my account, into my FTMO account, I realized that I had lost the position and therefore lost my account. And I was like, okay, what happened here? So I contacted them and I was like, hey, this happened. Here's the screenshot. I want to know what's up. First of all, they took days giving me a bunch of random answers like, hey, do you check if the stop loss was correctly placed and so on. I had to go and take the exact price of my entry, the exact stop loss, like it was on my trading platform. This was Trade Locker. And then I went into Trading View. I went into NT4. I get like bunch of proof that none of the movement was even close to the to the stop loss, right? And so then came back like after a week and a half or something like 10 days, and they said, oh, it was because of the spread during the news. It was impossible that the spread was gonna hit my stop loss that way. Impossible. I even tried to negotiate with them and I was like, okay, you know what? It's just dumb. What you're saying is just dumb, but let's just do this. Delete the trade and I can go ahead and trade tomorrow. And they were like, no, it's not possible. You need to buy a new account. What does that tell you? They were just interested on me buying a brand new account. They were interested on me spending more money on their freaking company. Another experience that I had was with my Forex first class funds, my Forex class, I don't know, something about class Forex. And so I was working at that time with this guy from Spain that's called Hobby Code, and he creates like HFT robots for Forex and so on. Specifically, he was creating one that was for passing a funded account. And my first close friends, whatever the name was, they had no restrictions whatsoever when it comes to bots. Like a lot of people was actually doing it. But once you actually passed that funded challenge and you got the real trading account for funded, you couldn't use the robot. So it was just for the challenges, right? So I passed the challenge and I got the email for the first step account, and then I got the credentials for the second step. I passed that account, and then the new one, the actual funded account, never arrived. So I started contacting them, asking them like, hey, is there something wrong? But guess what? They never replied. Never replied. So what that tells me is that, again, they were just interested on people buying accounts. They were not interested on real traders. And so the difference with, FTMO, this other company, and Oil Prime is that with Oil Prime, you do have that transparency report that allows you to actually, pretty much see what's really happening in the market so that you can avoid these type of scams, bottom line. So hopefully this experience actually helps you out as well. But now, taking the negativity off the table, how can you actually use this application? It's very simple, okay? I'm not recording my computer right now, but I'm just gonna show you right here. Let's take this trade, for example. This one right here, you see it? Once you actually get that trade, all you gotta do is enter the trade and just choose a decent stop loss. Usually above the latest resistance if it's a sell position, and below the lowest resistance, the nearest support level for a buy position. But take a look. If you put the stop loss somewhere here, and then you just close it. You can close it at 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1. It's completely up to you. Then we have another good position right here. Here, I would put my stop loss below this red candle right here, and then boom, it went straight to a take profit. Take a look at this baby right here, right there. I would put my stop loss below the lowest. Same here, right? And same thing right here on this sell. So all you gotta do is pretty much wait for the alert. Once you get the alert, enter the position. Choose a stop loss that is somewhere nearby and close it at 1-to-1, 2-to-1, 3-to-1. It's really up to you. I would just do trailing stop if I were you, but you could do it for like every 1-1, just move your stop loss to the next level. As simple as that. Again, I wanted to make this video to give you the invitations for you to get this application 100% free. This application can easily make you $1,000 a day, especially because if you're gonna be trading with, let's say, liquid charts or liquid markets. I'm using a $1,000 account right now after a big withdrawal because I want to take it again to 27, 30 grand before I have my next trip, and then I'm gonna do a vlog or whatever shopping with that money, just, you know, entertainment purposes. But you can actually trade with like all of your balance. If you're trading with a small account and you want to do some sort of challenge, you can actually trade with, let's say, $500 account. You put all your money in and then you make $100, $200 in one single trade. Obviously, I don't recommend you to trade like that if you can't afford to lose that money, but you can just trade with 5, 10% of your balance, right? And if you're going to be trading with a prop firm, then you're absolutely going to be trading with 0.5 to 1% risk. So that means that you can make 1, 2, 3% every on the trades, on the signals. And so if it's going to be like a $25,000 account, you could easily be making what, $50 a day, something like that. But if you get to a $200,000 account, you could be making way more than that. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a day. So I just wanted to give you this information. Hopefully this video helps you guys out. And I see you using my new application. So thank you for your likes, your comments, questions. See you in the next one. Peace.